Happy Wednesday. Welcome. Thank you for joining us on Unfiltered Logic with KP. I appreciate you for joining us tonight. This is a place where we speak our unfiltered truths. We have real conversations, no filters, just a conversation between friends, right?
I'm here for it.
This is a judgment-free zone. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you for watching. I appreciate you for joining. I know there's, a big basketball game on tonight. And if you took out the time to join me for even a minute or two, I appreciate you. But with that being said, welcome, Jillian.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to chat unfiltered with you a little bit.
So Jillian, I am super excited to have you on. I am stoked. Tell the people about you. Tell them who is Jillian. Just a quick little brief overview. Tell us where you're from. Talk to us.
Yeah, I always love this question. I'm like, do you want like my favorite color, my like childhood trauma? Like, what am I telling the audience? I'm from Detroit. Lived in Detroit for 45 years of my life. I moved to Scottsdale, Arizona, where I met the lovely KP at the gym. I checked him out, not gonna lie. And then now I live in Myrtle Beach. South Carolina. I am a mom of a 24-year-old. I am a founder of a 7-figure company, podcaster, speaker, and sales extraordinaire.
Okay. So you wait. Just so I want to make sure the people heard you correctly. You said you are the founder of what?
A 7-figure sales and marketing company. Self-made over here, baby.
Self-made. So she is the founder of a 7-figure company. As a female in the sales business, that is impressive.
Thank you.
So congratulations to you. So ladies, business owners, if you're watching, ladies who need to be empowered, who are professional, who are looking to be an entrepreneur. If you want a great mentor, if you want to join a great society, Jillian, I know, and I'm going to ask you again at the end, tell us where they can find you or where they can inquire more if they are someone, or just real quick, tell them the kind of person or the kind of, we'll just say, genre you are looking for, I guess.
Yeah, so I serve both men and women, regardless of what your business is, because every business needs to make revenue. Every business needs more profitability in it. So you could own a med spa, you could be an injector, you could be someone who's just starting a podcast, you could own a gym, a restaurant, a boutique. It doesn't matter. Offline or online are kind of my zones of geniuses. I've helped over 1,000 businesses to date, so I'm really damn good at what I do. So yeah, we can definitely like have a conversation offline if we align on this podcast.
So I want you, there's one thing that I think you told me a while back that, and a lot of people would know this particular brand that you helped. It's one of your big brands is the popcorn brand.
Yeah.
What was that brand called again?
Boom Chicka Pop.
Boom Chicka Pop.
Yeah.
So if you guys have ever heard of Boom Chicka Pop, you've seen it in your grocery stores. I know I've seen it every time that, I see it, I think about you.
Thank you.
Don't get all turned on over there.
I always think about you when I see that fruit, that like frozen fruit you got me turned on to. Those like
Oh, Fruit
frozen
Riot.
berries. Yeah, those
Fruit
things.
Riot.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love me some Fruit Riot. Oh, that's the only time when I
that's
turned.
it.
No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
That's
I was
it.
gonna say that's the only time I turned you on, or what? You know.
That's it. That's it.
Bruh.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So Boom Chicka Pop.
Yeah.
So guys, so anyone who's watching, if you've ever heard of Boom Chicka Pop, Jill, played a part in, their explosion into the market. So that is awesome, as a woman in this game who helped, I would assume, a smaller business at the time.
Yeah.
And they are a huge national brand in damn near every grocery store that I've pretty much ever seen. So
yeah, they were crushing it at farmers markets and wanted to get into distribution and needed some help behind the marketing behind it. So our company took them in as kind of like a project. And at the time, quick story, Skinny Pop was really coming to the market, and they were like, people were obsessed with Skinny Pop. But Boom Chicka Pop had such a fun name and such fun branding that I was like, I want to bet on this popcorn. And now they're like basically head to head at every store out there. So yeah, it's a great brand, great product. I like those things.
great job. I love that.
Thanks.
I love that. Great job. All right. So obviously, again, you said you're a founder of a 7-figure company.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure the fellas who are watching, who will watch, you're an attractive female, right?
Thank you.
A nice body. You work out.
Yeah, hit a little bit of weights once in a while.
Very successful. Why is Jillian single?
Like, how long is this show? Like, how long do we have to talk? You guys, there's a lot of reasons why I'm single. Number one, I think that it's important that women hear this as well. Like, I choose to be single. Could I be partnered up? Absolutely. I've been married a couple of times. Like, I choose to be single at this stage in my life, at this stage of my success, at this stage of the chapter of my life that I'm in, because also, like, there's not a lot that I need from a man, like very little. So like he better be bringing like things that I can't bring. Otherwise, like you do not interest me whatsoever. So, when a guy slides into my DMs with like a stupid meme or like a half naked selfie, I'm literally not impressed. I'm running a company over here and like managing humans.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you seeing out there?
It's funny because on my podcast today that aired, I actually just literally talked about this. The pool of people is I don't want to say trash because then that puts people like you and I in that bucket because we're both single and neither one of us are trash, but it is literally garbage. And I don't just mean from like a male standpoint. I've also seen it like on the female side, right? Like my friends show me their dating profiles, and number one, I think nobody puts in any amount of effort whatsoever. Like it's terrible the amount of effort. The things that I think people find like this is what's going to attract me to you, it's literally not. And like you have to bring something else to the table besides, again, like a half naked gym selfie, you holding up a fish, and like a picture with you and your buddies drinking. Like, bro, we're not interested. Like, we're not interested at all. At all.
Wait, so real quick.
Yeah.
I've heard this from women a lot. Is this a thing where I'm assuming dudes on dating apps, they have pictures of themselves with fishes?
It's insane. Okay, I thought maybe like when I first moved to Scottsdale, I was like, oh, like maybe this is like a thing. Maybe there's lakes out here. There's not. There's literal deserts, right? I would say like 1 out of every 10 men is like holding a picture of a fish. Small fish, big fish, this the thing. All I can think when I see that is like you must smell disgusting. Like like that's all I can think about, right? I also am like I never want to be on a boat fishing. So that's like not attractive. Why don't you show me like you drinking a mimosa on a yacht? Cuz like that's way more impressive than you like sitting on some paddle boat with you and your buddies with the 6 pack of Miller Lite and like holding up a fish. Like, we're not impressed, guys. We're not. I also
Interesting.
think like gym selfies are also terrible. Again, like, this is just my opinion, right? You can debate this if you want, but like, your body should actually be like the least interesting thing about you. And if that's what you're leading with, is like, look at my arms, look at my abs, even women, like, look at my ass on here. It's like, no wonder this is who is being attracted to you. Like, when I'm on a dating app, you are not seeing like a half naked gym selfie where I'm showing my abs or my like juicy booty because I don't want that to be the thing that men lead with at all. I want you to get to know me as like an actual fucking human.
So I wholeheartedly agree with you
Yeah.
on that. Like,
Mhm.
I can't, of course, I cannot speak for all men. But if I see a woman on a dating app and she's got her boobs out and she's got
Yeah.
explicit poses, not
Mhm.
explicit, but very
Yeah.
insinuating type of poses,
Yeah.
my mind is instantly gonna think smash bucket,
Totally.
smash bucket for
Yeah.
sure.
It literally is. And it's interesting too because I have been on dating apps and I'll get on them, you guys. I'll be like, okay, I'm bored. Like, I'm gonna get on a dating app. And I'm not even joking. Like, within 30 minutes, I'm like, get me off of this nightmare. Because
Right.
I also find it very rude, like when I have a photo and the only compliment you're going to give me is something on my body. So, like, if I'm on this picture and I'm at Disney World in a romper and you're like, you're beautiful or you're in great shape or you have great legs, it's like immediately delete because that's the only thing you're seeing in this entire photo. How about like, are you a Disney girly? Like, what's your favorite part of Disney? Like, actually get to know me. So, immediately, if you start with a comment about my body, which is about 95% of people comment on, I'm immediately deleting you. Like, we don't have time for that.
See, I think that is very noble of you.
Thank you.
I really do. I think that is very noble of you because for the simple fact, and ladies out there, I'm not trying to generalize, but a lot of women want the attention.
Yeah.
So the fact that if, a dude, even if it's a harmless compliment on your legs, to be
Hmm.
honest with you, I've never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
And I've never thought about it that way, but me being who I am and the way that I think, I have thought about it that way
Yeah.
because I thought about what that woman would potentially think, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. So, of course, if I am on a dating app and I see a woman who has a bikini picture, me being who I am and how I think, I'm gonna like the professional picture,
Yes.
even though I love the
Yeah.
bikini picture.
For sure. You're a guy. Like,
Right,
obviously.
right. So but I think some men think that because of women
Hmm.
are so attention driven,
Yeah.
that's the first thing that they're going to think to go to because you want to be acknowledged.
Yeah.
You want to be shown attentions by saying, "Hey, you look good in that dress. You have nice legs.
Yeah.
You're, you know,
Hmm.
and that's why I think most men start
Yes.
with that is because they think that this woman wants the attention because most women want
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah, and I think like, for some women they do, right? Like they need that validation. They need that ego boost. Like bro, I don't. I'm good. I know what I bring. I know I have a good body. I know I'm good. Like I don't need those things from a man. I want someone to actually like get to know me. So
Yeah.
yeah, like I think it also depends on like the female and maybe her level of emotional intelligence or wherever she's at. But yeah, for me, and I will tell you from someone who is successful and doesn't need a lot from a man, and you're looking to attract like a high level caliber woman, that is not going to impress us by any way, shape, or form. Like it's literally not. Just like standing in front of like your fancy car is not going to impress us. Like I want to know who you are as a human. Like who are you as a human? That's what's going to impress me more than anything.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Also interesting, I don't put on my dating profiles that I'm successful. Like it doesn't say like
smart.
CEO, doesn't say founder, right? Like even when I go on a first date, like there's very little that comes out that like I have a successful business, because I also don't want that to be the thing that men are attracted to.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So there was
Yeah.
a time when I was on dating apps, I was on Hinge and I put my height as 5'2".
I
Right?
mean, my ex is 5'1", so I mean, I get it.
Wait.
Yeah,
Wait.
he's only 5'1". The one I've been in a disaster with for 3 years, he's only 5'1".
Wait, you said your ex is 5'1"?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he did have a picture of a fish on his dating profile, and he's a personal trainer. So, yeah.
5'1"?
He's 5'1". When I used to like show my girlfriends like this man that I was traumatized by for 3 years, they were like, is this like a real picture? I'm like, yeah, they're like, this is the man you're like traumatized over? This is the man that's put you in therapy? This is the man that you're like afraid of? Like, girl, you're bigger than him. Yeah.
So this is that dude, right?
Yeah. I love the 5'1" is crazy in the chat from Dougie. I'm dead.
Hold on. Let's go to the chat real quick. Sorry. Let's Moncia. Monica says, hats off to you, Jill. So Monica is in or she's about to be in some kind of like entrepreneur, like women's thing, or a successful women type of thing. So
I love that.
Yeah. So she's all about women empowerment and so on and so forth. Dougie Buck. Will. Wait. Let's go back to Dougie Buckets real quick. 5'1" is crazy. If you are, again, I don't know this dude. Of course, I know the story because you and I are close.
Yeah.
But if you are a man, and you are 5'1",
And what's also insane is my ex-husband is 6'9". So I went from like 6'9", big man, to this like very small human.
Okay, sorry. Let me.
He's like, back it up.
Let me rewind, fellas. If you are out here and you are 5'1", you should not be mean to anyone.
No one.
You, my friend, I don't care if I don't care if you're watching right now, buddy, but I'm talking to all dudes that are 5'1". If you are 5'1", buddy, you should not be mean to anyone. B, you should be lucky that a woman is even giving you the time of day. Are you kidding me? 5'1"? Stop it. How do you, and you're at least 5'2", 5'3", right? Like,
oh yeah, I'm like 5'2".
And this is Monica says young and empowered woman is the group that she's in.
I love that. Monica, let's connect.
Monica, let's connect. B-Mac, 5'1" is childish. Grow up, literally. Like, dude, 5'1", you're I don't care how muscular you are. I do not care. You are 5'1". And again, granted, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but that's 5'1". Like, if I give dudes that are 5'6" and 5'7" a hard time, like, they should shut up too.
Yeah.
But 5'1", you should not say a word. If you're 5'1", you either better have money, you better have a big dick, or you better just be unbelievably handsome.
Or just like really kind.
That too, but you can't be too kind and have a little dick and be 5'1".
No, you can't. Also, you guys remember that, like, if you're 5'1", a dick looks big on you. Because like the landscape is small, right?
Yeah,
so like you gotta remember that. Like, I used to think like the dick is really good over here, but like it was on a small landscape. Just saying.
So, okay, so I gotta ask.
Yeah.
I mean, was it decent? I mean, was the size decent?
Yeah, I would say decent. And like we had great sex. Sex was amazing. That's the only thing we did. We literally fought and had sex. That was it. Nothing else.
So when you say a decent size, what are we talking about here? Because the average male penis in the United States is only 5 inches.
Oh yeah, no, we're definitely over 5 inches. Maybe like 7.
Oh, so he's packing 7.
Yeah,
and
like
5'1". That's
like he's kind of like Kevin Hartish. Kevin Hart's small, but has like a huge dick. Kind of the same thing.
I mean, I don't know anything about Kevin Hart's.
Yeah. It's kind of what he's known for.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. 5'1", buddy. I wish I had the Mario Brothers sound that doing that.
Oh my God. That's like me and my daughter and her wife's like favorite game. We played all the time.
I wish I had that sound, but I don't. Man, 5'1" is crazy. I didn't know. I don't think I've seen a dude that's 5'1" in a long time.
Yeah, I gotta tell you the craziest story. So when we were dating, there's that page, right? Like, are we dating the same guy?
Yeah.
And I was like, there's no way my boyfriend's on this page. Like, there's no way. I ended up going on this, are we dating the same guy? And one post had 73 comments. That's like unheard of on this site. And every single girl was like, he short fished me. He told me he was like 5'5". I towered over him. And like, I almost felt bad because like, you can't really help like your height, right? Like you can't really help your height, but like these girls were just like dogging him. That's how I knew that what they were saying was real, because they knew like how tall he actually was. The craziest thing.
Hey, 911. We have a short guy on the loose. He's 5'1" and he's out here treating ladies badly.
That's the best.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Well, you and I have had, conversations about that situation, and
you're like, man, all this time she was like crying to be on the phone and complaining about him. Like, this is what it was. What?
Well, I knew he was short, but you didn't. I don't remember you telling me he was 5'1". That is crazy. That dude comes to like my belt buckle.
literally like 2-year belt buckle.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Craziness. Crazy story. Crazy story.
All right. So, guys, for those of you that are watching, thank you for joining. People in the chat, B-Mac, Monica, Willie, appreciate you. Dougie Buckets, appreciate you. Sincerely appreciate you. If you don't know how to use the chat, I think Melons is watching. Melons, I love you. I hope you're watching. Hopefully you'll comment in the chat. Hopefully you figured out how to comment in the chat. she's probably like, Keenan, why are you saying that? It's one of my close girlfriends from high school who lives in Florida. And her nickname since the 9th grade has been Melons because she has huge tits.
I figured, yeah.
Yeah, and so I've always called her Melons since the first day that I've known her. So she always answers to it, and so it's awesome to have friends, so many friends from high school still to this very day that I still talk to. So real quick, for those of you that are watching again from Facebook, I've randomly popped up since I have a podcast now, and a lot of friends from high school, they may be watching or will watch. Appreciate you. I'm still alive. Your boy looks good. It doesn't look like I've aged a day since high school, but some of you, life isn't. No, let me stop. Let me not.
I mean, I look the exact same as I looked in high school. Like, no bullshit. Like, literally the exact same.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, like the same.
All right, so episode 9. Episode 9. Let's go. Episode 10. Episode 9. Why are so many successful women single? And you've mentioned a few things.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot more we can go into for sure.
So has success for you made dating easier or harder?
1,000% harder. 1,000% harder. Yeah. I think too, like, I just want to say from like a man's perspective, I think sometimes like, I'll go out with someone and I'll maybe make a comment or I'll tell them about something that I like. And like, I do feel that men just as like by normal nature, like they want to be providers and they want to be protectors. So I do think that like for a lot of men, like there is some intimidation around it, right? Like there really is. And I don't try to do that, but I do think that there is. Yeah, I mean, I'll give you like a quick story, right? And again, like no shade, but I was on a date the other day with this guy. We went to Hibachi and we were talking about airlines, and he was talking about like how upset he was about Spirit Airline. And again, like no shade. I was like, I would never fly on a Spirit flight. I would never fly on fucking Spirit, and I would never go on Frontier. I'm like, if we are not rolling into business class on Delta, I'm not traveling. So at that point, maybe he thought like, hey, that's not something I can do. I'm not someone that can travel. I'm probably not the person from her. And like, he's probably not. So I do think that like there is just, I think men want a successful woman, but I think that deep down, I think that a lot of men can't handle it, to be honest.
So, and that's crazy. It's crazy you say that because I personally, I think the other way.
Yeah.
I think the other way. I make low 6 figures, and if I was in said person's shoes, now me personally, I've never flown Frontier or Spirit, nor would I ever.
Right.
Now, if I am that dude and you said, ew, I'm not ever gonna fly like Southwest, then I'd kind of like look at you kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I think that as a man, I think that regardless if said woman makes, even if you don't know what, even if I didn't know what you made,
Yeah, he had no idea what I made. I didn't drive up in my nice car. I wasn't wearing a nice watch. Like I had literally like joggers on. Like
Right.
he had no idea.
And that was your preference, right? And that was your
Yes.
preference. My initial thought would be like, okay, this chick is kind of bougie.
Yeah.
But again, I am also the kind of person where, but this is just me. I can't speak for other men. Um, Again, I make decent money.
Yeah.
And if the person who I was interested in made drastically more than me,
Hmm.
I've talked about this on another podcast with, my best friend Jordan.
Yep.
And I said verbatim, I know how I would treat her with what I have.
Yes.
So why would I be mad that she makes so much more than me? Because imagine if she treats me the way that I treat her with
Yeah.
what she has.
Yes.
Now, if that is a thing, that's how I think. I
Hmm.
know how I'm going to treat this woman to begin
Yeah.
with what I have, which isn't a ton. And
Yeah.
if because she has more than me. So again, like a woman like you who has those things, who can get whatever she wants the intangibles.
Correct.
And if I can give her the intangibles and more,
Yes.
and if but she has to do her part and reciprocate.
Yeah.
If she reciprocates, then I would never feel
Yeah.
less than, or if you took out your wallet to pay
Yeah.
for me, boo boo.
Yeah.
pay,
Yeah.
pay for
I
me.
Yeah, I dated a guy for about 6 months and he was a truck driver, probably made around $70,000. Did not have a pot to piss in, but he brought me more happiness, more joy, more fun than any man to this date in 47 years has, because it's the intangibles that he brought that like someone else could not give me. So again, I also think it's important that people understand I'm not out here looking for like a doctor or a
Right.
lawyer or like a hedge fund. Like the guys I date are blue collar, policemen, personal trainers, truck drivers. Like I'm not out here like looking for like the most successful man. I'm looking for the man that can bring something that like I can't bring to the table. So yeah, like shout out to Roy because he was like the absolute best and like literally had no money.
Maddie, what's good, Maddie? Maddie says hot take.
Is that Maddie?
Women tend to limit themselves the more successful they become due to hypergamy. I hope I said that right. The most successful a man is, the more options they have. Women tend to date across or up. Dating down in lifestyle or education or status isn't what they prefer. Either they think men should provide due to upbringing or religion.
Yeah, I'm the complete opposite of that. I don't need a
And
man to provide for anything, and I think that that's gives women a. I see so many of my girlfriends that literally go on dates to like get a meal. I'm like, make your own fucking dinner. Like,
yeah,
go take yourself on a solo date and spend $200 on sushi. So maybe I'm not the norm because I'm not looking for anyone to provide for me in some any sort of like financial thing. Again, I want someone that brings something that's like fun and joy and play because that's something that I don't have when I'm running a company all day.
right. So that's the thing. The women
Hmm.
nowadays,
Yeah.
young and old,
Yep.
white, black,
Hmm.
brown, doesn't matter,
Nope.
because of social media and because of today's landscape in dating,
Hmm.
most women, they think of a man being a provider, him doing that financially.
Hmm. And what happens, ladies, when he leaves or
Right.
cheats or something happens? Like, you cannot be so dependent on this man. So, kind of a quick story, no women in my family work. They've all married extremely well. And like, they also have like no skills. if something was to happen, right? Like you can't just like rely on a man to be the provider because it's not always going to last either.
Well, yeah, and I think that most women nowadays, they want a man to do so much. And I think most men nowadays are starting to wise up in the fact that they are saying, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I have value too.
Yeah.
You want me to be over 6 feet, make
Mm-hmm.
6 figures, go to the gym, have my own place, have my own car.
Yeah.
You want me to have all of these things, which I should want.
Yeah.
But what are you?
What do you have?
What do you have?
Right. You're just
Now,
hot. You're gonna not be hot forever.
right.
Like,
And there are, I know some successful women
yeah.
who still
Yeah.
who give you the comeback of I can do it on my own. I don't need him. I don't need that person. Then why is that an attribute that a dude has to make this or a
Yeah.
dude has to make that? Why is that an attribute then if you can do it on your
Yeah.
own, if you've been doing it on your
Yeah.
own?
I think it's like interesting because like when I look at like my list, right? We all have like a list like of things that we want. My list has nothing to do with how tall someone is, what they do, what
Clearly.
religion they have. It all comes down to how, yeah, literally, you're like, obviously, it all comes down to what are like the characteristics of this person. I don't care if they have a golden retriever, they drive a Tesla, like that just doesn't matter to me. I'm like, how does this person make me feel?
Yeah.
How does this person show up for me? How does this person make me feel safe and heard? Like, I don't care again, like if you're 5 foot tall or 7 foot tall, like there has to be more than just like what someone makes and how they look. I posted this thing today on my Instagram. I don't know if you saw it, but it was like one of the best things I've ever seen. And it was like, women and men are out here chasing chemistry and butterflies, but like you need to be picking the partner that you want next to you when you have to like bury your parent or when
Yeah.
your dog dies or when you get like a health crisis and you get like fucking cooked in the face. Like that's the type of person I'm looking for, not like who gives me butterflies and who's a vibe. Like
Yeah.
vibes wear off, guys, tell me.
For sure. Vibes do wear off. Vibes
Yeah.
do wear off. But you also have to I mean, let's be unfiltered here.
Yeah.
You have to be attracted to said person, even though that fades in that particular moment. You have to be attracted to said person regardless, because that is one of the initial things you're going to notice. Is that fair to say?
I think it's fair to say, but I also find that people are more attractive the more you get to know them. Right? I've been out with very attractive men, and I'm like, yeah, I'm literally not attracted to them at all because of who they are. But then maybe I'll go out with someone else that's like not as like attractive to the eye, but then I'm like obsessed with them because I like got to know them as a
Yeah.
human. So I do think that it cannot just all be like the first physical. That's my personal opinion.
No, and that's fair, because I mean, I agree with you, but I don't agree with you. The reason why I don't agree with you is because, yes, I think personality, integrity, character, that I think is what either A, reels you in or keeps you.
Mm-hmm.
The initial being attracted to someone, that causes me or you to walk up to you.
Yes, agree.
I'm not going up to too many women that I'm not attracted to.
Yeah. Or like standing in front of them at the gym doing bicep curls, hoping they say something. That might have been what happened here.
You
Just
know,
saying.
hey, shoot or shoot, right?
Yeah.
Shoot or shoot. Good job. So, yeah, I'm not going up to too many ugly girls now. Have
Right.
I ever entertained someone who wasn't who I didn't think was super attractive, but their personality was just absolutely amazing? Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. But then if I don't want to stick my pee in you, I mean, like that oh, she's funny. That shit only lasts for so long too.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Because then you start to look elsewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Right. But no, but I agree with you in that instance. Matt says, I 1,000,000% agree with Jillian. Compatibility over chemistry for a long-term successful relationship.
Yeah. I like
I
this
mean,
guy.
yeah, Maddie's one of my close guy friends here. He's from Michigan too, actually.
What's up? From Michigan,
Yep.
me too. Detroit.
He's from
Well, like a suburb of Detroit.
He's from Kalamazoo.
Oh, nice. Go Broncos. I think that's like in the Kalamazoo Broncos.
I don't know. No, I think compatibility is very, 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 very important.
Yeah.
I do agree with you. You want someone who, when you go to bury someone, when your pet dies, so on and so forth. I wholeheartedly agree with you on that. But in this day and age, because vagina and pee-pee is so readily available in so many different avenues that, like, how do you as someone who is successful, someone who is clearly going out on dates, how do you know when the guy could just be being a chameleon until it's time?
Do you mean like not showing like who they truly are?
Yes.
Is that what you mean?
Basically feeding into everything that you are wanting for right now. And then when things become more intimate, that wanes.
Yeah. Well, one, I think you and I have even had this conversation, like obviously off the podcast. Like I'm not out there just like fucking a bunch of people either, right? Like I am having sex with people that I am in committed relationships with. So that right there will tell me who's there to stick around or not, right? So I told you before we hit record, like I'm on like a 6-month celibacy journey. Imagine going on a date right now with someone. Like I just had this guy come out and visit me this weekend from Detroit. I literally told him like, hey, like I am on a celibacy journey. Like you can come out, we can hang out, whatever. But like that's someone who already knew it was off the table. So now that I know that that's someone who like genuinely it like wants to get to know me or like rekindle something with me versus like telling someone that, right? Like I think when you take that off the table, and I'll also say when you take that off the table, and this isn't for everyone, you get to learn people so much more because that's not the only thing that you're doing. Like this guy was here for 48 hours this weekend, 36 hours. I got to know him more in 36 hours than I ever did in 13 years of being around him. Because like we weren't just having sex, there was so much more I got to know about him. So again, like for me, I'm really big on like no intimacy until I know that it's going somewhere. And if that's not for everybody, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. So
Yeah.
now let me ask you this, and I want you to be, again, I don't know Buddy from Steve, right?
Yeah.
But let's be honest here.
Yeah.
And I want you to you don't know this dude. The dude who you are talking about. You don't know him. You are taking yourself out of Jillian's body, and you and I are looking at your situation with Buddy.
This is like we're playing a game right now?
Kind of, sort of. Sure.
Okay, perfect. I'm here.
So you and I are watching, right?
Okay.
You tell Buddy you are on a 6-month celibacy journey.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Now, again, you're not you.
Right.
I want you and I are watching this. I want you to think about this. You watch her tell him that.
Mm-hmm.
He says, you know what? Whatever he said,
Yeah.
and I still want to come see you.
Sure.
Now, Jillian, let me ask you the question as we're watching. Is it plausible that that guy, after if he's thinking like a man,
Yeah.
is it plausible that he's thinking, after she told me that, if I said I wouldn't come,
Mm-hmm.
that'd make me look. So
I
I
mean, maybe,
so I
yeah,
can't,
but
I'm just saying, is that plausible?
I think it's plausible, but also I don't think a guy's gonna book a $900 ticket to come see me because he doesn't want me to think badly of him. And also, if he goes back to Michigan and has sex with someone, that's fine. I'm not in a committed relationship with him.
Right.
Like he's not my boyfriend by any means, nor is even like someone that I'm interested in dating.
See, and that's I mean, if we're talking about, let's say hypothetically,
Yeah.
if he made the trip because he wanted to kick something off, he wanted to kick something off.
Yeah.
If he wanted to kick something off, it is very plausible that regardless, I mean, I'm assuming he's got it like that to just
Okay.
book it randomly. So with
Yeah.
that being said, it probably wasn't nothing to him to do.
He's
So
actually a high school tennis coach. He doesn't make that much money.
oh, okay. Well, in that case,
Mm-hmm.
some
And
men,
also didn't let me pay for a thing while he was here. Not a thing.
some men, I'm not saying all men, and I'm not saying this is what he did, but is it plausible that some men play the long game?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Because like for instance, there are some women who, like you just said, who will say, well, this guy did this, this guy did that, and he didn't expect this, not knowing deep down it's plausible that he was expecting those things, but he's
Yeah.
going to play the long game.
Yeah. I also
Does that
think
make
it's like,
sense?
yeah, I also think like for me, like I didn't tell him when he got here. I told him before. So I was like, hey, like you can, and I literally joked, I'm like, hey, we can like rebook hanging out in 6 months in one day. Like I'm totally down for that too, right? Like I gave him an out. So
Right.
I was like, yeah.
I mean, maybe I'm thinking, maybe I have a warped way of thinking, because
Yeah.
if I am someone who, okay, I've hooked up with said person before,
Mhm.
we got a great relationship.
Yeah.
We talk, I'm assuming you guys talk here and there.
Yeah, we talk here and there. I've, obviously hooked up with him before. We've like spent a good amount of time together. So yeah, like he's not like a new person in my
Right,
life.
right, right. So
Yeah.
this is my way of thinking, and this is just my way of thinking. I'm not saying this is the way that he thought.
Yeah.
My way of thinking is, okay, well, for one, I probably like, okay, let me rewind again. So when you say no celibacy, are you saying no sex or nothing sexual?
Nothing sexual. Like he slept in my bed and nothing happened. Nothing. Nope. And this will wean out people that's the only thing they're interested in real quick. Now, do I like have to stay celibate for 6 months? No, it's just something that I said. Like, if I meet someone and like I'm really into them and we've decided to move into a committed relationship, I'm not going to be like, well, we can't have sex for 4 more months. But like at this stage of where I'm at, I genuinely want to get to know people and take that off of the table. And it's not going to be for everyone. And that is absolutely okay.
Right, but that's the like that's what I'm asking,
Yeah.
as is this something that you are telling dudes up front?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. I would never
Now,
even go on a first, like, I mean, obviously like a first date because we're not really talking, right? But like, let's say you and I went on a first date and you were like, hey, like, how long have you been single? I might say, hey, I've been single about 6 months, and also like I'm on like a celibacy journey right now, and like this is what I'm like working through, right? Because I also, for me, it's not just about like taking sex off the table. It's it's things that I need to do personally for myself as well. So like it's not even about the guy. Like I'm not worried if they're into it or not. It's more about what it's doing to me as a as myself. It's not even about them. Yes,
Yeah,
go Broncos. I saw his comment.
yeah.
Yeah.
Go Broncos. 269 in the building.
Woo, woo.
And Maddie also says social
Yeah.
media and dating apps have ruined dating as well. The illusion of options is doing a lot of harm.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Every female thinks they can have every single dude out there. But here's the thing.
Don't say every female, because I don't think that. I'm not looking to have a roster of fucking guys by any means.
Well,
I
no,
want
no, no,
like
no. I'm
one
not saying that.
person.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying that, but it's easier for women to get a man than it is for a man to get a woman.
Mm,
Why? You have what we want. You can be just fine with toys, going on a 6-month celibacy journey.
mhm.
Man, I wish I would go on a 6-month celibacy journey.
You should. It'd be great. It'd be great
I'd
for
be
you.
like
You should try
this.
it. You should try it. It'd be great. I
I'd be
bet
like,
you. I bet you if you did KP and you were dating, you would get to know people a lot more, and you might have more success in dating.
okay, so listen.
Just saying.
Success in dating is not necessarily possible in this day and age. It's not. It's the reason why I say it's not, and I'm not trying to be a lost cause out there because I'm really not. And I'm kind of potting when I say that it's not.
Mhm.
I think it's very possible, but here's the question: is it sustainable?
What, dating?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not looking. I mean, I don't want to date for a very. I mean,
So
like, I'm not. So maybe this is where I'm different. I'm not a dater. I am like, I meet someone and I like lock in for years. I am like never been a girl that's had a roster. I've never been a girl that's been like, well, I'm going out with this guy on Friday and this guy on Saturday. Like, that is literally never been me. I have had a boyfriend basically since ninth grade, all the way up until 45 years old. Like, I am a relationship girly. So I think there's also two different types of men and women out there. There's like relationship people and daters. I do not want to date. To me, it's exhausting and I have no time and energy for it. I want to like just meet my human and like lock in.
but you think that's still a thing? There are those two types of people. You think
Yeah,
there in this day and age, you think there are a lot of like relationship guys out there?
absolutely. I don't think that they're on dating apps. I don't think that they're sliding into my DMs. And I also like, there are things right away that a man will do that I'm like you are not like can we use you for an example?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
When you and I like met at the gym, I was like, so what's like your like story? You're like, oh, I just like have this attitude, like whatever happens, happens. I would never entertain you
Yeah.
or date you because I am not just going to be like, oh, I don't know, I'm like going with this guy and he's just like whatever happens happens, right? So like if you are out there as a man and you're
Mhm.
just like, yeah, I'm just like whatever happens happens, like that is like one of the worst things you can say to a female. Like hands down.
See,
Like hands down.
see, and sorry to interrupt you. I think
No.
that is the most honest thing
It might
that
be
one
honest, but it's not what we want.
you
So again, anyone that tells me like, oh, I'm just kind of like out here to
yeah.
see what happens, like, well, you're not going to see what happens with me because like that's not the energy I'm here for.
Yeah, so when when I say those things, that is an absolute fact, right?
Mhm.
But you also have to think that when I say whatever happens, happens,
Mhm.
you and I, like you said, you meet someone and you lock in. Me and said person I just meet, why would I be locking in with just her? Who knows what she is doing on the other side as well?
I don't mean like as soon as you meet them, but like if you and I meet, let's say on a dating app, right? So I'll give you an example. If I'm on a dating app and I'm swiping through and it's like trying to figure out my relationship style or
Yeah.
not really sure what I want, goodbye. I
Yeah.
am only matching and looking for people that are like looking for a committed relationship, looking for a life partner, because that's the same thing that I'm looking for. But there's also women that are like, hey, I just want something casual. Hey, I'm cool with like however this goes. Me, that is not the energy that I'm for by any means at all.
So again, I'm going to push back on the
Sure.
dating app example.
Sure.
You know that there are men out there who know exactly that sentiment, that most women have that exact sentiment. So they're not going to
Yes. And any
they're not-
woman with any emotional intelligence or any intelligence at all is going to be able to read through that very quickly. You know, I met this guy on a dating app recently, right? As soon as I moved out to South Carolina, I met him. And he said on his dating app, looking for a committed life partner. Perfect. We went on a couple dates. He was great. And then I was like, he's like the worst texter. He never makes plans. He sends me like WYD text. Also, if you're over the age of 15, do not send a woman a WYD text. So I was just like, this is a great example. He said that he was looking for this, but his actions do not match. Therefore, goodbye. If you are of any sort of intelligence, you can tell very
But-
quickly. This guy's not
but-
looking for a life partner. When he's like, oh, send me a selfie after the gym, or like, what are you wearing? You're not looking for a life partner, bro. You're looking for something casual.
But when do you know in that? Okay, what, a week, 2 weeks?
Pretty quick. I think very quickly you can tell. I think very quickly you can tell if, no, not like to lock in, but you can tell very quickly if what they're saying on their dating profile does not match their actions. Right. And I literally, my message to this human was, it was absolutely great meeting you. You said that you were looking for this. Clearly, you and I are not aligned on what we are both looking for. I wish you all of the best because I'm looking for a life partner. And a life partner is not asking me for selfies before I go to bed, gym selfies, and sending me a WYD text at 7 o'clock at night. And you might say, well, he's not that interested. Well, then I'm not that interested.
Can I ask you,
Ask me anything you want.
was this man in his, like what's the age range of this man?
Was the age band? He was 42. Never been married, no kids, which is also a red flag to me.
I've never been married and no kids. The fuck?
And to me, that's a red flag because it shows me you have commitment issues.
No.
Yep. Maybe
Okay,
not kids, but like if you've never been in like you guys, I go with guys all the time that are like in their 40s, and I'm like, what's your longest relationship? And they're like a year. That's your longest relationship at 40 years old. Like that tells me that you probably are not good at conflict resolution. It tells me that you probably have a hard time committing. That tells me everything I need to know.
This is erroneous on all accounts, and this is why a lot of women are single and they miss out on good men.
Maybe
because a man is in his 40s, he's single, he doesn't have any kids, the woman initially thinks that there's something wrong with the man.
Not necessarily kids. And I actually prefer no children because I'm not a kid girly. So that's actually a green flag if you don't have kids. But if I go out with you and you are 38 to 50 years old and your longest relationship is a year and you've never lived with someone, number one, like, I don't want me to be the first girl you've ever lived with. Like, to me, that tells me a lot, but it also tells me that we're very different people. I've been married twice. I've been divorced twice. Like, I've had relationships up to 10 years. Like, we are in probably very different stages of even how we handle things in relationships.
So if you think that someone has never been married is a red flag, what do you think that male thinks that you've been married twice and divorced twice?
Absolutely can think it's a red flag, 1000%. And
So
then when he asks me about it, I'm going to tell him the reasons why, and then he's gonna be like, Okay, because I'm actually a relationship or a marriage girly. Like I want to be a wife. I was not married and divorced twice by or married and divorced twice by choice.
So you are willing to, you want that grace to explain yourself, but you don't want to give him that grace to explain himself and
Oh,
why.
of course I asked them. Like this last guy, I was like, "Oh, what's your longest relationship?" He's like, "Oh, about a year." I'm like, "How come you have a lot of relationships that last like 6 months to a year?" He's like, "Oh, it always comes down to communication." That tells me everything I need to know. If you've never had a relationship over a year and they're all breaking down because of communication, I am not going to step into that pool with you.
Don't you know it's the, do you think all the, do you, and I'm not saying, do you think all women are effective communicators?
No, I'm saying I'm an effective communicator and I'm not going to be in a relationship with someone that is not able to communicate. I'm not going to be in a relationship with someone that has never lived with someone. I'm never going to be in a relationship with someone that like doesn't know how to handle conflict resolution, like have emotional intelligence. That's just me. Right? A lot of my girlfriends are like, I love the fact that he's never been married. Then that's you. Me
Yeah,
personally, I'm not going to date someone in their 40s that's never had a serious relationship.
interesting.
No, not gonna do it.
So fellas, you can be 5'1",
Yeah.
you could be married 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 times.
No, let's not get crazy.
I mean, what if they've got divorces? That shouldn't matter, right? That shows what's it matter.
The thing is, why did that happen? Right? So, for an example, if somebody was to say to me, "Hey, Jillian, can you tell me why you've been divorced twice?" And I can say, "Sure, X, Y, and Z is the reason why." That is not a breakdown of something from me. But if somebody says, "Hey, I've been divorced 6 times because I'm a serial cheater," that's on them. So, yeah, every person gets to tell their story. But again, me personally, you asked about me personally, I'm not going to date someone. I would actually prefer someone be divorced twice than to never have a serious relationship. Just me personally.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Huh. I mean, to each his own.
Each his
To each
own.
his own. To each his own, right? That's
Yeah.
why humans are humans and we're all individuals, right?
Yeah.
We're all individuals. I think, yeah, I mean, in this day and age, I don't care how old you are, because most people, to some degree, well, no, I won't say that. I won't say that. I would say in this day and age of dating, if you are single, you never know with men
Yeah.
or women.
Yeah.
Regardless if you meet someone and this person is great for 6 months. I've known females that they thought this dude was the best thing since sliced bread.
Mm-hmm.
And then 6 to 8 months, 8 months, 9 months in, there was DV cases.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So like, I think that, you never know. Relationships are a crapshoot. That's why I say whatever happens, happens, because we could go out on a date and you could ghost me. Am I supposed to
Totally.
cry? Am I supposed to cry? We could go out, we could hang out, the date could go great. And you could say, this is not for me. We could go out 5 or 6 times,
Mm-hmm.
never even kiss. And you could still say, this isn't for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that is why it is confusing to me for when I say whatever happens, happens. If two people mutually want to do something and they do it and they stop talking or stop communicating, it's probably a mutual, it's okay, because both of us have had that understanding. There's no feelings hurt. If you and I decide to never have sex and we end up dating and married, whatever happens, happens. That is why you can't go into like, I think if you go into most interactions with, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that, or I want this, or I expect that, most people aren't going to live up to that.
And I agree with what you're saying, but also I think that like you need to be on the same page with someone about like what like the intentions are. There's probably KP a lot of girls out there that are like, yeah, like whatever happens, right? Like you just need to find your people that feel that same way. Again, I would just personally never entertain or start getting into a relationship with someone that's like, yeah, like whatever happens, happens, because I want to know like what are you dating for? So like maybe this is a difference between me and other people. I date with like intention. I'm not just out here like dating. It's like I'm dating and I'm swiping and I'm connecting based on intention. And there's some things for me that are like very big red flags. Like I don't date anybody with small children, right? So that's like an intention that I have. So if I meet someone that has like small children, like we're not on the same path.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's just a matter of like what that is.
So I think I said this on, excuse me, another episode of mine. I would like to think that what I said is dating with intention. I'm intentionally telling you that I'm okay with going to where you want to potentially go if it goes there.
Yeah.
And I think that is very intentional. That is like saying like, yes, that's not me saying or me having an out. That's me saying that I don't want you to think that either A, just because we may potentially hook up and have sex, that we're gonna be boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't want you to think that if we potentially have sex, that we're not going to be potentially boyfriend and girlfriend. No one knows what tomorrow or the future holds. All I know is that if we are rocking, then we're rocking.
Yep.
Right. So, but I'm still of the mindset of whatever happens, happens. So if you were to meet Jimmy Smooth when you were on vacation and Jimmy Smooth checked more box, and you and I are just talking, right?
Okay.
And Jimmy Smooth checks all your boxes, and you come back and you say, you know what, Keenan, I met this guy on my trip. You know, I care about you. I hope that you and I can still be friends, but I think I'm going to try to explore this.
Yeah.
Now, of course, would I be hurt? Yes, but I would also know that whatever happens, that happened.
Yeah.
Now, if you and Jimmy stop talking a month or two later and you decide to spin the block and say, hey, what's going on, big head? How are you? And I'm still single, then come on back home, boo-boo. Come on back home.
Yeah.
You know, so that's where I think, and I hope for any woman that is listening or will listen, that is what I mean by whatever happens, happens. Yeah. I am a firm believer in that. I go into it. What's Maddie talking about?
I like him though. I like this guy.
I will say if and only if you're a woman's choice or her ideal type, she will bend and break rules for you. Of course, yeah. Hell, they'll sit on the park bench and drink gas station slushies with you.
Yes, we will.
And then Maddie says, I'd say I'm not looking for a relationship, but I'm always open to one. If I really like a girl, of course I'll date her. Exactly. That's what it is. I'm just not afraid of being single just to get in a mediocre relationship.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody should be in a mediocre relationship. Like, that's why I'm single, because again, I'm not willing to be in like a mediocre or just an okay relationship. I would rather stay single until I have something that's like incredible.
See, and that's where like my mantra comes into play, where just like Maddie said, I'm okay. I'm happy being single.
Mm-hmm.
But we could still get it in. We could still get
No,
it
we
in.
cannot.
See, and that's
Like absolutely not. Like
that's
that
what.
is where I'm like,
See, but
no,
that's the thing. Like, if I'm getting it in with you, I'm just getting it in with you.
I don't know that.
I don't know that you're not.
Right. So like that's why
That
like it doesn't work. Right. Like
it
and again,
does though.
this is probably again like different strokes for different folks. Like
Yeah.
I am not a casual sex girly.
No, I know.
Like I'm not just gonna like yeah, like friends with benefits or like whatever. Like that is just not like who
But
I am
okay,
in
hold
general.
on. Before you finish this,
Yeah.
I'm gonna read this comment again, and I want you to think about what Maddie said previously.
Yeah.
He said, now think
Yeah.
about this. He says, a woman's first choice or high, if and only if you're a woman's first choice or her ideal type, she will bend or break her rules for you.
Yep. Agreed.
So you're telling me that you didn't break any rules?
I did, but what I'm telling you is that like let's just use you for an example. I was not looking for a casual whatever happens kind of happens relationship. And I wasn't just gonna like have hookups with like it's just that's just not me specifically. So yeah, like did I enjoy spending time with you? Of course, you're a great human, but we were on very different paths of what we were looking for.
Thank you. About time. I agree with KP on this because intentional dating may cause you to miss red flags or overlook things because you're only focused on the end goal. I mean, and so like you said right here, Maddie, I'd say I'm not looking for a relationship, but I'm always open to one. That is exactly how I feel at this current
So
state.
if you're not, so let's just play this out, right?
Mhm.
If we meet at the gym,
Yeah.
and you're like, hey, I'm not looking for a relationship, period. You end it there, but I'm open to one. And I meet you at the gym and I'm like, I am 47 years old. I am looking for someone to do life with. And that is my focus right now of looking for my forever person. We're not a good fit, and that's okay. It's absolutely okay. We're looking for very different things. Because also, I'm 47. I'm not looking to date a bunch of people.
Right.
That, so I think that like it's just a matter of like whether the end goal aligns or not. And it doesn't make one right or right and wrong. It's just like we have different intentions.
But do you I don't think that. I mean, do you think, again, you're in the dating pool? How long do you think you can realistically go at whatever rate you're going until you find your quote unquote person? Do you think that you can keep this journey on for a year or 2 or 3?
Well, yeah. Well, first of all, I've been dating for 3 months, right?
Right.
Like I'm. It's not like I've been in this like dating space for a decade, right? Like I'm very new to the dating space. But what I know in the 3-4 months that I've been in it is that I know exactly what I want, and I'm very clear on that. And I think that a lot of people don't even know what they want. Like if I was to ask you right now, KP, what do you want in a partner?
Oh, I can tell you that 100%. Yeah, and that's the thing that
So
that's
you
the
should
thing.
be shopping for that only because that's what you're looking for.
But that's the thing. Like I'm okay with not. I'm not necessarily looking. I don't think you should look for a relationship.
I'm not on a single dating app right now. I'm
not saying you are. I'm
Yeah.
saying I don't think you should look for a relationship. I am not per se looking for a relationship. Do I know what I am looking for in a person and in a relationship? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I told you, and like I've said on many times of this podcast before, I go into every interaction with any female that I could potentially get to know this person and date this person.
I'm
That
gonna
is
send
my,
you every single TikTok that I come across. That's like number one thing I will not entertain is when a guy says, we'll see where this goes. Because every time I see one, I think of you. Because I'm not the only one that thinks like this.
I will, if I go on a date, my mindset is I want to get to know this person and see where it goes.
Yeah, I
Now,
agree.
okay,
I'm
now,
not looking for a husband on date one.
right now, in the process between date one, date two, hangout one, hangout two, hangout two, hangout three, date two, date three, something happens to where it veers off.
Yeah.
It veers off. And it doesn't veer off in a bad way. It just veers off. And I'm okay with that. That is where the whatever happens, happens mindset comes into play, because sometimes you are going to meet someone you may like the first couple dates, you get to know them, you realize that at first, this person is super communicative. I don't even know if that's a word, but this person is super communicative. Then all of a sudden they stop.
Communicative.
Or communicative. And then all of a sudden they stop.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what happened? Oh man, I kind of liked her or him. And now you're butthurt, and now your feelings are hurt, so on and so forth. Whereas if you just have that mindset and they just stop talking, cool, peace.
Yeah.
Because a dude you may meet, he could say, you know what, Jillian? Yes, I am looking for a wife. I'm looking to settle down. I'm looking to find my person. Date three, I'm still, I really want to find my person. Date six, I think I found my person. I think, I want us to be together. I think we have a future together. 3 months down the road, 6 months down the road, then all of a sudden something happens. You find out something that you don't like.
Of course.
And then that red flag pops up.
Yeah.
And then what do? You got 6 months invested.
Better than 6 years. Better than 60 years.
See, so you just wasted 6 months when you could have been single.
I mean, but if we genuinely were getting along and we liked each other, then I don't feel there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, see.
I mean, we're going to agree to disagree on this one.
Maddie says, fair. I just think that you could limit your choices, but could be denying the chance of growth.
Yeah. I know pretty quickly when I meet someone if we are on the same page. I can tell very quickly through communication, through questions, and I can tell very quickly.
So you could tell with the 5'1" dude?
Yeah, the 5'1" dude wasn't about his height. He provided something that I hadn't had in a very long time.
No, I know we're not talking. I'm not talking about the height, but there was other things that was toxic about him. So you didn't realize that. How long did it take for that to come out?
3 months.
But you stayed in the situation
For 3.5 years. Yep.
And then you went back to the situation
13 times. 13 times I went back. 13 times we split up. But I also think that if you're watching this right now, and this is no disrespect to KP, if you have not been in any sort of abusive relationship, or you have not been in any sort of toxic relationship that is truly a pendulum swing, you will never understand it. So again, respectfully, unless you've been there, this isn't a conversation I kind of want to have, because I don't think you've been there.
No, I've never been there.
Yeah. So it's very different than like, hey, me and my girlfriend just like kind of fight and like we don't really get along sometimes. Like there is an actual chemical addiction that happens when you are in an emotional abusive relationship, and the pendulum swings between dopamine and cortisol. So it doesn't make sense to 99.9% of people. It only makes sense to the 1% of people that have been in it.
So I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that. But at the same time, I think, you know how, and we've talked about this on other podcasts. You know how women say they want this and this and that in a man.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go for the complete opposite.
Some do, I'm sure.
So, and then women will say, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't put up with this. You shouldn't put up with that. I would never put up with this. I would never put up with that. And they put up with that same very stuff in their relationships currently, right?
Some do. Yeah, some do.
So it's hard out here for men to live up to stuff that a woman wants when it's really some women go for the complete opposite.
Yeah, of course they do. Sure they do.
Some women want a nice guy, but they go for the assholes.
Yeah.
Right?
This is also why right now in my life I am doing a 6-month celibacy, because there's actually like a detox that has to happen after you've been in a relationship like this. You have to come off of it. It's not the same as a regular breakup.
But how? Well, let me ask you this: how are you coming off of it if you are still entertaining other men?
I'm not entertaining other men. I'm not dating anybody. I'm not on any dating apps.
But you just said you went out on a date the other day.
It was like a month ago. It wasn't like the other day. It was like a month ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was through that I was like, number one, I'm not in a position to be dating because number one, maybe I'm not healed from that. And your nervous system really needs to reset after you have been in a relationship like this. And again, no disrespect, but like if you've never been in one, you can't fathom what it's like to come out of one.
So let's say hypothetically you weren't in this journey. Would you have interacted with Buddy who came for the 2 days?
Probably not. No, probably not.
You know where I was going with that?
No.
Oh.
But you can ask me.
I mean, I was going to say, like, why would you if you are taking... If you said that you need to detox, but you're detoxing, if you weren't in the journey, then you wouldn't need to detox. So
correct. If I was in a different situation, if it was a year from now, thanks, Maddie. If it was
hey, wait. Maddie, don't no. Agreed. Jillian, I think people know very quickly if they want to date or not. You may have wife skills, but it takes time to decide if you're my wife or not.
Right.
Then he says Jillian knows accountability. That is...
I told you I like this guy.
Oh, he don't know you. Is
he in Arizona or is he in Michigan?
He's in Arizona. That is so far from the truth, Maddie. You have no idea.
What does that mean?
You have no idea. She does not know accountability. That is not true.
It's funny that I am very successful, but I don't know accountability.
So you think just because you're successful, you have accountability in a relationship?
I think I know a thing or two about accountability. Yeah.
I don't know.
That's okay. Again, we can agree or disagree. This is your show.
I'm sure Stedman says Oprah doesn't hold herself accountable for a lot of things. Okay. And she's a billionaire.
Okay.
So, I mean, just because you are successful and you can do this, that doesn't mean that you are accountable and you're accountable in every situation. You can't honestly say that you feel like you hold yourself accountable in every situation when it comes to a relationship, not business, relationships. And it doesn't have to be a personal, whether it's family, whether it's friend, you say you hold yourself accountable?
1000%.
Man, you lucky you on the East Coast, because if you was in Arizona, we'd be talking about this for another 45 minutes, because
No, we wouldn't. I'd be like, bye. We would not
Yeah,
because
because
I am accountable for my actions.
okay, okay.
I like Maddie's comment. And I think Maddie's right. Like I am extremely self-aware. And I think that there's not a lot of people that actually are self-aware.
Now, is she self-aware she's not healed? That's a major key. I'll give her that. I thought now she is very self-aware. She
Mm-hmm.
is very self-aware. I will give her that. Absolutely. Absolutely. She is very
Yes.
self-aware. Let me ask you a question before we get out of here, because I know
Yeah.
you're 3 hours ahead.
Good.
Let me. What, in your opinion, is something men think is attractive that actually isn't?
Mm. Like something that men think is like something that they do
Mm-hmm.
that they think is attractive.
Yep.
Um, okay, so I think like men think it's really attractive to like randomly just like send a girl a photo. And I actually find it like the most cringe ick thing. And it's the quickest way to give me ick. Like it's the quickest way to give me ick. I went out the other day to the gym and I was literally seeing this guy like taking a photo like in a mirror. And I was like, I literally said to myself, like, I hope he's not sending that to like a new girl because like it's the easiest way to give us the ick.
What is this thing with dudes now sending female selfies?
They send selfies, they take videos, like again, like I might go on one date with someone. I'll be like, "Hey, how was your day?" And they were like, "Oh, I'm like sitting in traffic," and they like send me a selfie. I'm like, "Ew." Like I think that's like so icky. That to me again is just like a major ick that I think that guys do what they think is attractive. I think another thing that guys do that's attractive is like when we first start talking is they like want to complain about their entire day or like bitch about something. And I think like again going back to being very self-aware, I think that you need to like kind of like say like, "Hey, I've had a really bad day. Do you have space today for me to vent before I do?" Because I know that I'll go out with someone or, date someone or whatever. And, I'm working all day, I'm running a business, my mind does not have capacity for anything. And then I grab my text and it's like, oh my God, my truck blew out today and like my tire blew out. And I'm like, I don't have time to like listen to this nonsense. But if they would have said, like, hey, I've had a bad day today. Do you have capacity to listen to this? I might be like, yeah, now I have capacity to listen to it. Again, just me.
Hey, I mean, if a man is speaking that way,
Yeah.
asking someone if they have the capacity to, because I think that on the flip side,
Hmm.
if a man were to have that same mindset that you have, the woman would probably think that guy is a jerk.
See, again, like I think this is where there's like different levels of like emotional intelligence. Like our mutual friend Jay from the gym, the guy, Jay, he works out with Nick, right? He's
Yeah,
one of
yeah,
my
yeah.
one of my very best friends from Arizona. We have this app that we talk on every day called Marco Polo, and we'll like send each other like little videos of our day or whatever. He will always say like, "Hey, I had a really bad day at work today. Are you cool if I drop it here, or would you rather me wait until later because you're probably pretty busy?" Like to me, that's someone who just like takes ownership of like what how somebody else is feeling. No, I don't think that's a jerk. And I would do the same thing. I'd be like, Jay, I am having a crash out right now and I want to drop you like a 7-minute voice memo. But are you in a place that you can actually receive this like mentally today? Because if not, I'll send it tomorrow. Again, I think there's just different levels of like emotional intelligence that a lot of people, some people have and some people don't. And
I mean, see,
if
I agree.
let's use you for an example. Let's say we're dating, and
Uh-huh.
or we just met, right? We went on a
Mhm.
couple dates, and I was like, "Hey, KP, I've had like a really shitty day. Are you cool if I tell you about it?" And you said to me, "I've actually also had a shitty day, and I'm gonna go home and do X, Y, and Z. Why don't we catch up in about an hour?" I'd be like, "Perfect." Because now he's in a better mental state to have this conversation with me. Some girls might be like, "Oh, fuck KP, he's a jerk." That's not how I think. Maybe I operate different.
So here's how I would operate in that instance. I would want her to tell me about her day and how bad her day is. I wouldn't even tell her about how bad my day was until potentially after the fact or a day later.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say, this is just me. I wouldn't say, hey, I've had a rough day myself. Do you think we can talk? And you can tell me all about it in a couple hours. I would, if she needs to talk, I would want her to tell me. And that is kind of where I would want as well.
Mm-hmm.
I would want, because in a partner, for what I want someone to be my best friend.
Yeah, of course.
And if my best friend, if this person is my best friend, and if I'm having that bad of a day, is it selfish of me to want that person to make space then and there because I have it on my mind, I'm ready to get it out?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, I'll be honest with you. If they said, hey, I'm having a bad day myself, I would say cordially, you know what, I'm sorry, you tell me about your day.
Mhm.
I would low key, not for real, but I would low key feel some type of way
Mhm.
that this person wouldn't allow me the space to, you know, vent to them. If this person is someone that I am deeply entrenched with.
Yeah, even like my best friends, like my best girlfriends, we all have that like rule of thumb. Like my best friend's name is Katie. I'll text Katie and be like, "Hey, what are you up to today? Because I am having a crash out about business, and I want to make sure that you have like the mental capacity for me to drop a 6 minute voice note here." And she might be like, "Hey, I am stressed to the rims with my brand new newborn. Drop it here, but I might not respond till tomorrow." It is literally a question that I ask before I just dump anything on anybody.
See, and
Friends,
that's
parents, anything. My
that's I
dad
think
today, literally, I called my father today and I was like, Dad, what's your day like today? Because before I tell you what's going on, I want to make sure you have like the mental space for it.
and I think that is great communication. But I also think it's okay if said person allows you
Yeah.
to say what you need to say.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just think that like you should almost ask before you just start dumping on someone, is kind of what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's something men assume that wealthy women care about that couldn't be further from the truth?
How much money they make. It's actually the most like uninteresting thing to me.
Do you think wealthy women care about that more than your average woman, or don't care about that more than your average woman?
I think like if I look at, well, the majority of my friend circle are very successful women, but let's say a friend of mine from high school, right? Who's someone who's maybe not in the business space. I think she is dating and asking questions like, what does he do? How much does he make? Like, what kind of car does he drive? Wealthy women do not care about any of those things. Because also, like, I think there's a difference between being rich and being wealthy, right? So if a guy pulls up and he's got a nice car and he's got a fancy watch on, that could mean he's just like rich. But there's a difference between being like, in my opinion, rich and wealthy.
For sure. There's two different.
Very different things, right? So like for me, that's actually like not something that I care a lot about. And again, just to like go back to what I said earlier, you know, I'm very successful in my business. We do very well. I do not date anyone that is even anywhere even close to where I'm at. Because to me, that's like not something that is impressive.
Yeah.
It's really not. And I will tell you, a lot of my friends say like you need to date in a different pool. But like to me, that's like not that interesting. Like I don't really care if he's a doctor or a lawyer. Like that doesn't really matter to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you do for the most part have a different mindset
Mm-hmm.
than most
Mm-hmm.
women, than your quote unquote average today's woman that
1000%.
is on social media per
Yeah.
se.
1000%. I would never say like, what does this guy bring to the table?
Yeah, that
Like,
shit is fucking stupid.
I would never say that. I would be like, I've built a beautiful table and I'm looking for someone to come have dinner with me. And I will tell you that when I do meet men or I am in conversations, I think one of the best compliments I get is you're very different than how most women think. And some like it and some are like, yeah, but like I do get that a lot from men.
Yeah, because women nowadays, they only want to know what dudes can spend on them, where dudes can take them. They only want to know what, that's all they want to know. And I
Yeah.
know some successful women here in Scottsdale, maybe not to your level of success, but like upper six figures
Yeah.
success. And they're like, I would never chase a man, or I would
Hmm.
never, and single as single can be. And I'm like, you're gonna be single with a cat
Hmm.
and a dog, because I'm a firm believer, if you see something like, you should go for it. I don't care if you're a
Yeah.
woman or a man. You should approach. But
Yeah.
a lot of go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like what Maddie said too is like going back to like what we're just talking about. Like, right, I think that there's a lot of women who are extremely materialistic. Like, you guys, I live in an apartment. I wear clothes from everyday stores. I don't have a million fancy bags, right? The nicest thing I have is like a pretty nice Rolex and a nice car, right? Like, I'm not living like a very materialistic life. There's a difference between like I think materialistic women and like women who are looking for like a true partner,
For sure.
and like, and I think that's a very big difference. Like if you bought me like a fancy bag, that would like not impress me. Like I'd rather you like take me out to like a nice dinner and talk to me.
Yeah, but yeah, and that's exactly why it's so hard for a lot of men out here.
Mm-hmm.
Not every woman is making seven figures, and even
No,
if they're making 200,000-300,000, they still think
for sure.
that you should be doing this, you should be doing that, and then they wonder why they still, even if they say a man should be doing this and that, they still go for the man who either A is slanging that thing, or is super, super attractive and is probably slanging that thing with someone else.
Mm-hmm. Even like when I go out with men, like I very rarely expect them to like pick up the check. I always will throw my card down and be like, "Hey, like I got this," or like let's split it, right? Like the guy that came and visited me, my lifelong friend that came and visited me this weekend, it was literally uncomfortable for me to receive brunch, dinner, an outfit because we went shopping and he like bought something for me at Lululemon. It was literally uncomfortable for me. I literally had a call with my therapist on Monday. She was like, "How'd your weekend go?" I'm like, I have to do some work because I literally did not feel like I was able to receive. So again, a lot of these women that are like, they can take me out, they can buy me dinner, they can do all these things. Like for me, I literally like it's very hard for me to receive. So again, maybe I'm just different.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're
Maybe.
definitely different. You're definitely different, especially in today's age of dating. But
Yeah.
I said it previously. I love when, I mean, this may be very wrong of me, but I love when, you know, a woman doesn't give me a chance that I'm interested in, and they get played by the next dude, or they're
Mhm.
hopping from relationship to relationship, when really I could have been that person that
Mhm.
they were potentially looking for, you
Yeah.
know? It don't it and my thing is, you know, I, again, like you said, because you didn't think that I would know, but I know exactly what I'm looking for. Now, I give the same energy that I want.
Mm-hmm.
I will. You wanna talk on the phone? I don't really like talking on the phone,
Me neither. I hate it.
but I will if you like it.
Yeah.
You want to
I do like FaceTiming though.
You want to FaceTime? I don't necessarily like FaceTiming, especially if we live in the same city. But if you like it, I'll do it. Texting, if the energy is not reciprocated,
Yeah.
that is where I tend to veer off and more towards the I'm just trying to smash.
Yeah. Oh, reciprocation and reciprocity is huge for me. Like I am going to match energy 1000%. Like I am huge on matching energy of what someone else is giving.
Yeah. And that's what and that's what a lot of women, I don't think, like I know a lot of women who either know me or who see me post on Instagram or who will see this podcast maybe now or in the future. You're such a playboy. You're such a player. I had
Yeah.
this girl tell me a while ago, you're a player. And I said, I'm not. I may portray that I'm a player. It may come off that I'm a player, but I am a true lover boy. I really am. But again, if my energy is not reciprocated, that is where that player energy comes
Yeah.
from. That is
Yeah.
where that I just want to fuck energy comes from when I feel as if my energy is not being reciprocated.
Yeah. No, I would agree with that.
So then yes, it comes off as me being a player, but I'm not a player. If I could have a girlfriend right now, I would have a girlfriend right now if they reciprocated that same energy that I give to them.
Yeah. Well, come move to South Carolina.
I can't, man. You see what's going on in South Carolina? Nah, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's too. I can't do the South. And then with that whole stuff going on down there, nah.
Yeah, it's a little rough down here.
Is that in Myrtle? Or is it close?
I live in North Myrtle Beach.
Is that stuff going on is it going on in Charleston or is it going on in Myrtle?
I think Charleston.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
Like the kid is I think it's where isn't South Carolina where either the track incident happened where the black kid, he stabbed the white kid?
I think that was here, yes. And I think that was in North Myrtle Beach.
Or I think it was something where no, I'm pretty sure it was the Chinese owner and the kid, he shot the kid in the store.
I don't know. I don't watch the news. Like I don't have TV, so maybe I'm like missing out on what you're talking about. I just know that it's like pretty it's just very like political here.
Yeah.
Yeah. My news source is TikTok, so if it's not on TikTok, then I probably haven't heard about it.
Well, that definitely was all over TikTok for sure.
I'll have to check it out then.
Okay, so let's go ahead and I know it's 10:44 there, almost 11 p.m. and I want to say, Jill, thank you. I'm going to give you a moment here in a second, but thank you first and foremost for hopping on. Again, I know you're 3 hours ahead of me. I sincerely appreciate you, and I hope that you are open to coming on again.
Absolutely, anytime.
I was shocked. You and I have, like, when we first met, and we had a lot of mutual commonalities.
Yeah.
As far as being a trainer and podcast and so on and so forth. And you were like, well, you should be on my podcast. And I was like, well, I'm thinking about starting a podcast. And you're like, well, I would come on. And I just thought it was lip service. And then you reached out and you threw it out there. And I was just like, okay.
It's not easy to get a podcast off the ground. So first of all, like major kudos to you. So it's a big undertaking. I think people think like, hey, you just turn the camera on and start talking. Like it's a big undertaking and it's a heavy lift. So I give you a lot of credit. We're like 400 episodes in on our show. So I know it's a lot of damn work.
It is. And
A lot of
it's
work.
and you know this, your 400 episodes in yours,
Yeah.
you know this, and is what I'm learning. I'm learning that, and I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but it's my podcast, so I'll beat away.
For sure.
I'm sure that you know that your friends and your family are not going to be your biggest supporters.
Not at all.
And
No,
that, and to me,
not at all.
and to me, that is something that, again, whether it's dating or whether it's life in general, that has been a lesson, even in 9 episodes, that I am having to learn.
Yeah.
The humbling of ways.
Absolutely. A podcast will definitely humble you because it's the long game. It really, really is. And it's like, when I first started, I was like recording podcast episodes in my closet of my in my apartment. Like nobody was listening. I feel like I was like talking into the abyss, and now we have a very successful podcast. I have a couple episodes a week, but like it really is the long game. And I don't think a lot of people realize like the lift that goes into it. So get out there, support your boy, share this episode out because it makes all the difference in the world.
For sure. And it blows my mind.
Yeah.
It blows my mind. Like,
yeah.
And it's so humbling. It's so humbling, and it's made me, I don't know if you ever felt this way at your beginnings, but it made me, or it's making me so like resentful.
Yes.
It's making me resentful of people who I'm like, man, like regardless if it was a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, like I've spent time with said people, and it's just like I've spent nights. I've spent nights on a floor in a fraternity with people. I've had my dick inside these people. I've had my tongue inside these people.
Yeah.
And
they're just not your people.
And it's just crazy to me, like that someone won't say, you know what, I see Keenan doing something positive. I'm gonna take 10 seconds and I'm gonna hit subscribe.
Yep.
And that's it. I can never watch Keenan's podcast ever again.
For sure.
Which that's not what I want, but it blows my mind. Now, a repost to some degree I understand, but I don't.
Yeah.
I understand where I have some girlfriends who are like, Keenan, I don't know how I like seeing you on a podcast. It kind of, sometimes you're kind of cringe.
Yeah.
Or it's Keenan.
Well, guess what makes people really successful? The more cringe they are.
Right.
So cringe the fuck away for sure.
I know. Or they're like, Keenan, I don't really like what you're talking about. Like, I don't like what you're talking about. But yet I see on Instagram, they like all of these celebrities podcasts, they watch these celebrities. And so I'm glad that you know that feeling, because it is 100%. super humbling that, it's just like, at least tune in to see what I'm talking about. At least hold on real quick before we wrap it up here. Dylan, oh my God. Dylan, what is up, my guy? So Dylan, my man KP, Dylan is my guy. This is one of my favorite people from back in Kansas City. He's definitely a rider. He was one of my employees back in the day. And
I love that.
That's my guy. I miss you, Dylan. I miss you, boy. I hope you're doing all right. I hope you're doing well. Hopefully you like and subscribe. Tell your friends to like and subscribe. But anyway, Jillian, tell us where we can find your podcast.
Yeah.
Tell us if you have anything new coming up, because again, I do have some entrepreneurs that watch that are men and women, and I do there are people, random people who will watch. And granted, I know I'm sure you vet anyone you work with. So, tell us a little bit what you have going on coming up.
Yeah, well, number one, I have a great podcast. It's just my name. So it's just The Jillian Murphy Show. Come over, check it out. We have all sorts of topics on there: sales, marketing, entrepreneurship. I just interviewed an OnlyFans model last week. Like, you guys, we are the gamut on our podcast. So come over and check it out. And that's the best thing about having a personal brand is I'm not really in a box. So I can talk about anything and everything that I want. So come over, check out the episode. It's a great time. Very short episodes, 20, 30 minutes max. So they're very binge worthy. Or come over and say hi to me on Instagram at the Jillian Murphy. My DMs are open. There's nobody else in my Instagram other than me. So if you come over and say hello, you're going to get me.
And fellas, don't send any DPs.
No DPs. But fellas, come say hello. Yeah, come say hello if you're watching. I'd love to get to know you and even just like have a conversation of maybe like your biggest takeaway from the podcast.
Remember, Jill, you're not in a place. Remember,
I'm not in a place.
Remember, you're not a place. Dylan says, I'm glad to see you doing it, brother. Already liked and subscribed. Keep doing big things. Dylan, I appreciate you, my guy. Thank you. Every Wednesday, 6 p.m. PST. Last but not least, those of you, because again, I am super appreciative based off of like what I just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super appreciative of those that have tuned in. Thank you for the support. Those that will watch, thank you for the support. Sincerely, it means the world to me. You have no idea how much it means to me, and I hope that you continue to watch. This is only episode 9. I have so much learning to do in this podcast and content game. I'm going to grow as the weeks go. We're going to talk about different things, whether it's relationships or whether it's sports, mainly relationships. We're going to have different people on, friends, men, women, and we're just going to keep having conversations. We are going to keep having conversations because what it's all about is about communication. So Jill, thank you so much. I hope
Thank you.
I hope you have me on yours. I know I think I can not talk that much for 20 or 30 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. I'll shoot you the link. We'll get you on for sure. I'd love to have you on. I think we have some really beautiful topics. Yeah,
for sure. And thank you, Jill. Appreciate you again. I'm gonna ask you to come back on, even if it's in like a month or two.
No, absolutely.
I would love to have you on again. And for those of you, again, you guys have a good evening. Be safe. Jill, again, I can't stress to you. This was a great conversation. And next time we're gonna get a little spicy. I promise you.
This was like a little foreplay. Next time we're gonna get a little spicier.
Yeah, this was just kind of like a little ice on the nipple type of deal.
Love it. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Bye, guys. Happy Wednesday. Bye.